Okay, now we'll continue with our work session. I'll entertain a motion for approval of bills and payroll.
Motion?
Motion by trustee Casado. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Deputy Mayor Sartori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Rini.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the board. Mr. Gibbons.
Good evening.
The first two items that I have for your consideration are in regards to our well number 1 on Elm Place, the PFAS treatment project. The board is aware that we've done an expedited project for this into 2 phases in order that we will have the GACs for the treatment for PFAS available and running by the time of our prime season in June. So the first portion of the project will be GC and, electric in order to get the foundations installed, in order to support the GACs, the plumbing, and the required electric. The second phase of the project, which we will bid later in the year, will be the construction of the building around that, including plumbing, GC and electric. So last Wednesday, we had the 2 bids for phase 1, which consisted of the GC and the electric. We're still reviewing the electric submissions tonight. I'm just going to be talking about the GC. So the first item I have is a request for a resolution accepting the request received from the apparent low bidder, J. Anthony Enterprises, to withdraw their general construction bid proposal received on January 3rd. It was determined that the bidder had failed to include the costs associated with the support of excavation, because we do have to excavate down for this project for the foundations approximately 7.5 feet, and it is adjacent to the Long Island Railroad. And unfortunately, in their calculations, they had a math error and hundreds of thousands of dollars off. So enclosed in your packet is a letter received from J. Anthony Enterprises requesting that we allow them to withdraw their bid, and I recommend that the board do that.
Okay, entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Salaski. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The next item I have is a request for a resolution awarding the public bid and contract for the general construction of the PFAS treatment at well number 1, phase 1 installation contract to Philip Ross Industries Incorporated. Total cost $3,200,000. The funding source is the 2023-2024 water fund budget and or the water fund unreserved fund balance, or the EFC Corporation grant monies that we've received for this project, and the well number 1 project bond financing, which will be coming up later this month. Philip Ross Industries was involved as the GC on the phase 1 on our well 7. They are well equipped to handle this. They have done it for us across the street. That it'll be the same type of project where the foundations are installed, the GCs are installed, piped into the existing well house, and then we'll be able to function. And then coming back in the fall, we'll start the building construction. So we do require that these GACs need to be able to run 12 months a year. Unfortunately, you can't leave them outside because they're giant steel vessels and they would freeze. So that's why we have to break it up this way. We still have our well 4 out at this time. We're anticipating that comes back in the summer. So that would put us down nearly, too many wells for the summer. So that's why this was decided to do this way, this project this way. So.
And I know that these are obviously, and we've mentioned this along many, many times, these are big numbers, but the way that we're doing this in a sequential manner. We're doing it responsibly. We're taking wells off, keeping other ones on, and cycling them through. So obviously well 7 is done, well 4 is, way along the way and close to being done. Then we'll do well 1, then well 6, and this way, hopefully in the not so distant future, we will have done. And there are other municipalities and water authorities that are scrambling, that are way behind where we are, and I'm glad that we have planned it this way. We have applied for every grant and every possible kind of help financially that we can get, and we were just awarded last month of $4.5 million?
$5 million
$5
for this project.
$5 million for this project, so obviously, we're doing our due diligence on that end, but we're also doing our due diligence in making sure that we're ahead of the curve in ordering these GACs, as they're called, and getting ahead of it so that we're not, waiting months and months and months for the hardware and for the actual vessels themselves. And by building the foundation and the plumbing, then we're ready to receive them when they come in, and it's, one thing follows right after the other. So thank you, Mr. Reed, for that.
And the board has already awarded the contract for that, and those GACs are already on order. They're anticipated to land in April so that we can accommodate all of this. But just getting back to what the mayor had said, each of these 3 emerging contaminant projects that we have are well 4, which is ongoing, 1 which is about to start, and 6 is in the planning phase. We've received grant money for, not loans, grant money. $4.98 million for well 4 and $5 million each for wells 1 and 6. So we're doing everything we can to mitigate the costs on these and try and keep everything as cost down as best we can.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to award this public bid.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Salaski. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. I do have one add-on for the board. It's not in your packet. I apologize for that. It was a late email we received from a resident who is moving and has a handicap parking space and is requesting that we remove it. So I figured it was easy enough that I could throw that on here. I've given it to the village clerk and deputy village clerk. So requesting a resolution authorizing the removal of a handicap reserve parking space in front of 32 Jefferson Avenue, Mineola.
What's the address?
32 Jefferson, between
Entertain a motion.
Roslyn and Elm Place.
Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion
I'll
by
second.
Trustee
Second.
Clark, seconded by Trustee Casado. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Reed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for juggling all these balls with this PFAS.
Yeah. Mr. Gibbons?
No report,
No
Mayor.
report. Okay,
Thank
anybody
you,
else on the
buddy.
board? Okay, thank you. I'll entertain a motion to close the work session.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori, second by Trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you next week.